situational awareness to know what you're talking about.
You're good. We've just been down this road before.
It's true. This isn't our first time dealing with old Khalees. Hey,
Old
everybody. Welcome back to
Khalees.
another episode of This, That, and the Other. My name is Zach Vederman. Oh, no. My name is
Bryan TV.
Bryan TV. To the right of me is Zach the Audio
That's
Maniac
right.
Vederman.
I'm over here.
And back in the studio, our new Betty, our new friend, coming in to check in on what's going on. It's...
Sean Dolan.
Yeah!
I'm here.
Thought you forgot his name for a minute. I was very concerned.
I just didn't want to say his name. I wanted him to say his name.
Okay.
And then I got worried it looked like I forgot how to say my name too.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
I was like, oh my goodness, who are you? Whoa.
I didn't want to pull Bryan and do say him Zach Vederman. You know, I had to. It's Sean, right? It's Sean.
It is Sean.
We got it.
And Sean Dolan's back, guys, on This, That, and the Other, where you can find us at bingeonthis.com. A simple disclaimer, we don't proclaim to speak for any faiths. We are not soothsayers. We are not, political figures. But if you guys wanted to send us your social security numbers, maybe your mother's maiden name, maybe the first address where you live.
I mean, if you want.
If you want, you can send it to Binge on this.
Pet's first name, whatever.
Pet's first name, whatever. What are some other questions they ask you when you set up passwords?
First school, favorite color,
Yeah.
babe.
That's breaking up on you. I got you. I will get you another thing. Sean Dolan, bro, how have you been, man, since the last time we've seen you, dog?
You know what? I have been doing all right. Solid of 5 out of 10. 50, middle ground. Usually people hear 5 out of 10, and that sounds bad, though, right? But it's not. It's actually middle of the road.
Yeah, I'd say somebody who's getting like tortured at like a 5 out of 10. They're like okay.
They'd be
for
like,
that day.
yeah, this. It could be an easier day, but could be worse.
Yeah, could be worse. Well, is there something particular that's grinding your gears, to take a phrase from our buddy Peter Griffin?
Honestly, no. It's almost the lack of that. It's
Ooh,
just
it sounds like a monologue. Okay, all right. So it sounds like you're having more of a monologue kind of day.
You know what? Actually, I changed my mind.
Okay. All right.
Because you know what? Something did slightly grind my gears, and I wasn't expecting it.
Okay.
Just had a very emasculating weekend.
Really? An emasculating weekend. Let's fucking dive into that,
Do
bro.
tell.
Yeah,
guys.
dude. Hit me with it.
And you know what? It was fine though. That's the thing. But it was just funny the whole week leading up to it.
How was it fine? You said it was emasculating. What?
Yeah. Well, let him. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You know what? It was just because I got some great. You know what? I guess that just shows how much of a comedian I am. I was like, well, you know what? People were laughing, so.
So I thought, hey, why not?
I said, so it wasn't that bad. That's how desperate I am for laughs. I'm like,
Okay.
You know what? They were laughing.
Well,
At
don't
my
be
expense.
that desperate.
No. Oh God, it's too late.
So why were
I'm joking.
Why were you emasculated?
Yeah, what happened?
What
Okay, so
happened?
first, it's the minor thing of I was at work and my coworker, she said, I love how emasculating your shoes make you look. Or sorry, oh my God, I totally just paused
You're
that.
good.
Guys,
Here, gorilla grip this for me. Like, hold the mic a little tighter into
I
it.
hear. Okay.
No. Like, hold this. There you go. So you kind of have to like grip both of them together.
Okay. Wait,
That's
actually,
just
it
on
sounds
us.
better in mine.
That's our faulty equipment.
Okay.
Sounds okay? No.
We'll just cut this out.
Yeah, we'll cut it all
Okay,
out.
okay.
Yeah. Here, Vederman, let me see if that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. It's gotta be the. It's fine though. It's not gonna go through the recording. We've tested it. You'll be fine.
We'll just hear it. It'll
You know
suck,
what?
but
Here,
we'll
you
hear
take
it.
this one.
Yeah, tell us. Nah, we don't
Fine,
we don't
we don't do
restart here. We keep going,
Yeah,
baby.
dude, we just fucking follow our hearts, bro.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. I still kind of hear it though.
Yeah, you need,
I think it's just the
it's the cord. No, because you didn't have a mic plugged in, dingus. I'm telling you, it's the cord. It's not the mic.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
the cable.
Well, I'll stick with this one.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to support the Patreon to help us get
Jesus
new
Christ.
XLR cables.
What a struggle. Okay, let's do this again. All right.
All right, so you were feeling
You hit us with your
you
masculinity
were feeling
story.
emasculated. The girl at work or wherever you were said your shoes made you look.
Okay, yeah, sorry. So androgynous.
Oh.
She said, "I love how androgynous your shoes make you look."
What shoes were you wearing?
Flower, Adidas skating shoes. Like they just had flower designs on them.
And
But
she
you know what?
said that
It's-
they
it's-
looked.
She
And I
said
was like-
androgynous.
And I was like, oh hell yeah. I guess I don't know.
That's crazy.
But then it only continues. I went to San Diego this weekend for my brother's girlfriend's birthday,
Okay.
Nice.
and it's just funny. I have this. Okay, I get cold really easily.
Okay.
And so I have this thing where the blood leaves my fingers when it gets cold, and everyone would jumping into the pool at night. Like literally every guy did at the party, and none of the girls did. Actually, it was kind of funny. And then, except for me, I was the only guy that just was like, I have cold hands, so I can't.
So
actually,
I can't hop in the pool with you guys. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
I was like, it's not for me.
So your whole weekend you started off already feeling out of it because somebody was like, look at your shoes. I can't tell if you're a man or a woman.
Yeah, and then by the end of the weekend, I'm like, girl shot.
All right, you sunk into it.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? Fuck it, dude. I was still wearing those same flower shoes. I was like, I guess this weekend I gotta just, play the other side. Step into her shoes.
Would you say you're an overly masculine dude?
No, I don't know.
What are
I
your
mean-
views on masculinity?
I feel like I don't really think about it too much. I don't.
I mean, that
What
might say
is-
something about it, right? Like that he doesn't even think about it. Like it's not even on his radar.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
like I get competitive in sports. I don't. What is masculinity?
I mean,
Shit.
that's a great question, dog.
the age-old question, how does one define masculinity?
That might even be the subject of today's episode, bro.
Yeah.
What's masculine?
Hey, man.
What
You
is
know,
it?
we got two straight dudes, a polyamorous
You got this Panera Bread salesman. You got this.
and asexual.
No,
No.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not an asexual. That means I wouldn't fuck nobody.
Then you're a
Pan-American.
pansexual. Sorry.
Yeah.
I forget about
Pan, the Latin.
See, that's how woke
the
I
Latin
am.
root word for all.
that. I don't even think about that. Like I'm just like,
that's when. Wait, you're attracted to everyone, right? Or
yeah, he'll
like
fuck anything.
all sexualities. I really don't
Yeah.
care.
Hit him with your line. Hit him with your closer.
Oh yeah.
Never mind.
A hole's a hole,
Oh no, I was gonna say put a hole in your couch and
I'll fuck it, and I'll
call me Rick James.
I'll Rick James it.
And I'll Rick James your couch.
I'll fuck your couch, Eddie Murphy.
So you were just right off the bat before you went to. Well, how was the bachelor party? Did you? Or well, there's no bachelor party. You went to your brother's girlfriend's wedding.
Yeah.
So were there any man activities there?
I mean, honestly, I don't know. We rode in a boat and we drank. We were there for like 2 days, honestly.
Drinking is very manly.
I'd say that's pretty.
Yeah,
manly.
drinking.
You know what?
What were you drinking though?
Yeah, what'd you drink?
Pacifico.
That's pretty
like-
cool. That's smooth. You know,
It's a nice.
it's a couple beers. You can toss those back.
Yeah,
How many
yeah.
beers did you put in?
Well, see, I split it between Pacificos in the first half, and then I went vodka, Red Bull.
Nice.
No, you put beer before your liquor.
Yeah, honestly.
You're Irish. You should know better.
It's
than
because
that.
we were out at that point, and I drink a lot of caffeine. I can.
I can hang.
Do you like your brother's girlfriend?
No, yeah, she's really cool. It was.
No, you can tell us
she's-
the truth. Nobody listens.
No, honestly, if you're watching, which she for sure isn't. No, she's cool. She's cool, and she's actually a twin though. So there's two birthdays going on.
Is the other twin
Nice.
single?
Are they hot?
No, she's not actually.
Damn. So the other twin is the other twin dating the twin of her husband?
That would be great.
That'd be
that would
awesome.
be cool.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be cool. Because I think at that
Yeah.
point you'd have to get together and smash it out, right? Like you
there's
guys
no-
would have to. You guys would have to like get together once out of the year and switch.
It's just a very realistic mirror. Like if you wanted that, you could
No, it's like a clone. It's like literally, it's almost like as if you clone someone with a different mind. That's how I would think about it. I'd make a ceremony out of it on some wide eye shut shit. Like my twin would show up with his wife twin, and we would get into like a little carousel or something, and we'd spin around, and like the women would, and then we would jumble, and then end of night, you don't really know who you end up going back home.
Oh my God.
You may end up with a different twin.
See, mine is the totally opposite direction. You would know exactly who you're going home with. It would be like parallel positioning. You'd be like, okay, Mia, we're right here. Yep. And then you'd hardly even interact. You might at one point just like kind of high five, but it would just be two separate things.
Do you think they have twins only orgies?
I guess that's what I'm talking about.
Only way to get in is to be a twin with a twin.
Yeah. It's like a once a month thing. It's like it's twin night.
Are you guys just redoing what I just said? That's
Shut
what I'm
up.
saying. I'm saying twins would get together once every year in this huge twin bacchanalia,
and
they'd all
out.
just bang it out, and then you might go home with a different twin.
Bro, I'm from a place called Twinsburg, Ohio. There's a place in Ohio called Twinsburg, and they have a twin day, and I hope to God they start ending it with a twins orgy.
You got to ask yourself.
It's probably already happening, and I just don't know.
Happened, yeah.
It's probably happening, and I just don't know. Because I'm
Yeah.
not a twin. I'm not privy to the secret double mint information.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm not on the email list.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we can maybe iron out what masculinity means to you throughout the episode.
I'm down for
Because
that.
clearly we took a sort of
all
detour
over the place.
Yeah.
Zach Vederman.
Yes, me and my rant /
What do you
monologue
have your
of
rant
the,
or
of the
monologue
week.
going for?
My rant / monologue of the week. Oh well, a Scooby-Doo about my rant this week, my guy. It's about a mighty fly situation that I got into. Won't you listen to my bendo? I gotta tell you the song. It's kind of long, but you'll never know how long. No, it's serious.
No, but seriously, folks. What's the deal with airline
No, but
food?
seriously, folks. I don't know, man. I guess my rant of the week. It's not really a rant.
You're kissing the mic.
I can barely hear myself.
He said my rant is.
I feel like I have to shout. I can
No,
barely
we can hear you. I can hear you.
You can hear me
Yeah.
crystal clear? All right, then I
You're
will.
getting him nice and riled up for the rant.
For his
Whoa,
rant, yeah.
I guess I'm just upset. I was in the desert. I wasn't even driving home yet. I was in the middle of the desert this weekend, and my mom hits me up and is like, your grandma fell in her bathroom and fucked up her hip, and so now she's in the hospital, and we're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna watch her. And I was like, all right, bet. Thank God she's not dead, because that would have sucked. But he said hard. He said hard cut. He said hard cut.
She fell?
Yeah, she fell in the bathroom or something, and she's all fucked up already anyways, because she's, a bajillion years old. I think she's 90... 96? 96, 97?
Damn.
Something like that. Yeah.
So where is she now? She's in the hospice?
Yeah,
or?
she's still in the hospital. I was driving home and my mom called me and was like, I wanted you to see your grandmother. And I was like, well, my phone's 1, overheating, 2, it doesn't like to FaceTime while I've got a map on, so I can barely tell what's going on with you guys. But at least she can see me smiling, I guess. I don't know.
Was she coherent?
My grandma, yeah, she's coherent enough. I don't know. She just, bro, this is what I just don't want to get old. After everything I've seen with my grandparents and like just old people, it just sounds like it sucks, bro. It just sounds like it sucks. My grandma hates being at the nursing home place or wherever she's fucking at. She thinks people keep coming in and stealing stuff and making food in her house whenever she's, asleep or not there. She thinks people just walk into her room, and I'm like, I don't know. I think back on my other grandma who at the end was in a nursing home and just thought she was in a hotel. She didn't know where she was. She just thought she was in a hotel, and everyone was constantly coming to visit her at whatever this hotel was. Even if we wouldn't, like me and my cousins
Hotel California.
who are yeah, you can check in any time you like, but you can never leave, man. Like she thought that like cousins and stuff who were dead were coming back to see her. And I was like, that shit.
That's nuts.
Like, she didn't think she was like, they're coming in to visit. Like, my cousin Betty, I don't remember a specific name, but it's like, cousin Betty's coming in next week to visit. It's like, cousin Betty's been dead for 20 years. What are you talking about, you stupid bitch? What's going on? So I don't know, bro. My rant is getting old sucks, I guess. My rant is old age is trash. And, yeah. I just can't imagine why people want to live past like 85, really. Like, and what also blows my mind is like there are people out there, like the oldest people, like live to like 114, 112, maybe 120 if they get real lucky. But it's like, bro, they're like a skeleton with skin on them. Like, what is the quality of life at that point?
Dude, I would just want to live it. Honestly, I do not want to live to be that old. Like,
Yeah,
the whole time when you're talking about that, I was like, yeah, I don't want to get to that point. I want to start. I would like, jumping out of planes and shit. Just
cap me at 60 to 65. Retirement age is death age, baby. Like I don't know.
I want to go hard in my late 70s. Like,
yeah, that'd be tight. Yeah, just right before you die, go really swinging with it. Like I've honestly thought about that. Like I would try heroin probably on my deathbed if I knew I was dying.
100%.
If I knew I was dying, bro, I'd be like, somebody shoot me up with some fucking heroin and let's see what this is like before we go.
Good stuff too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let's get some of that good black tar from Tijuana.
Don't spare the experience.
Oh no,
I'm
I'm
just
dying.
watching you overdose on this.
Fuck it, why not?
Hopefully we don't overdose and we just have a kick-ass afternoon, but...
Oh, I thought you were saying on your deathbed, you're like, shoot me up.
No, I think I don't want the heroin to kill me.
The sunset, you know?
Yeah. I mean, hell, if you're on that heroin trip and you do fade out while you're on that heroin kick, you know, then that's the way it was meant to be.
Would you like to sing a song to your Nana one last time?
The dead one or the alive one?
Both. You can make a double Nana song.
Sing to your double nanas one last time. Okay. Grandma, you are so Jewish. Grandma, my microphone don't want to work, Grandma. Grandma, you cook the kugel like nobody else you do, Grandma. And when I was sick, you make it a bow tie with a cottage cheese. Grandma, you are the one who popped out my mom from your pussy and then she popped me out of my ass, so you are my grandma.
I'm glad the microphone didn't work for that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, just
like
hold
this.
it from there, I think.
I don't know what
just
to do
hold
with
it
this.
from you on this one, just right here. There we go.
It's almost like it just
hates us.
It hates us.
Do you want to sing for his grandma?
For my grandma?
Sean
Do you
Dolan, real
have a
quick?
song for my dead
It would only be
grandma?
appropriate. Just like a stinger.
Your grandma, she seemed like a very nice woman. She made me think about life.
Very nice, guys.
Nice.
What a nice way to honor a complete stranger. We did it.
You know what I think would be my only caveat to growing old, if they like found a way with medicine and technology to like where if by the time you're 120 it's more like being 80.
Yeah.
But that would just mean you would have to work for longer.
Yep.
Your work life would be way longer than past generations, and that doesn't sound. I don't want to still be working at 90 something and be like a Walmart greener because there's no other job I can physically do, but I'm still living.
Yeah, that would fucking suck.
Yeah, right. Like, or
You're not
you're just eternally Perry Kurtz.
Yeah,
you just hit 70 and you just become Perry Kurtz.
Yeah, well, that's such an interesting thing to bring up, and maybe we can have Perry on because Perry has been suffering
for a long time
with some
a lot
suicidal
of shit.
tendencies, dog. Like Perry called me the other day and was like, "Hey, man, you know, if I just drive 100 miles down the interstate and just drive it into the wall, it'll all be over."
Yeah, which
I
he's
was like,
I mean,
holy fuck.
Yeah.
Bro. Like, that was probably one of the rare moments where I was like Vederman, and I was like, dude, take me out when I'm fucking 50, dude. Like, take me out, bro. Because Perry is like, but also Perry made a bunch of other dumb decisions.
Perry
he
has had
never
a whole
made,
life
like,
that has led to, you
Yeah.
know, where he's at right now.
So he's made his bed, and,
Yeah.
you know, this is kind of part of it, and it's unfortunate, but it's like,
It's hard to watch, but it's like, you know, what can you do for a motherfucker
you know?
at that
He's
point?
like seen someone for shit.
he's
like,
trying
like,
to,
yeah.
like, he tries to have calls with like a psychoanalyst or something so that they can talk to him.
Really?
But they keep telling him the same stuff. They're like, well, think about all that you have to live for. And Perry's like, well, my daughter hates me. My other kids don't talk to me. My wife hates me. I'm not a comedy, anything anymore. I can't even do what I do at old people's homes, which is what I used to do beforehand. He's like, I was basically sticking around just to make sure my daughter was like able to graduate high school, and like now that she's about to do that, there's nothing left for me to do.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't ever want to be at that
Isn't
point
that
of my
crazy,
life. You know what I mean?
dude? It's such a heart wrencher, bro, because it's like, what do you do, man? Like,
How do you help your friends like that, you know?
I mean, you said he has a bad relationship with his daughter, too?
she's just in that age now where she's like 17, 18 years old, and she
She
doesn't
just
want to
doesn't
deal with
care.
her old dad,
Yeah.
and she just wants to
He's what? He's 70?
71.
Yeah.
Be 71 next year.
Yeah. So, you know.
And that
I
dude was a
mean-
legend, bro.
And I mean, you know, the sad part is, like, I kind of get where his daughter's at, because, like, my dad's old as shit, so I kind of feel it in the
Hey,
same vein where I'm like,
Your dad's a Perry Kurtz-like character.
yeah, my dad's older than Perry Kurtz.
How old's your dad, Dolan? How's your relationship with your dad?
No, it's actually gotten
He's like, he's
better
dead.
recently. No, it's gotten better. It's gotten better.
It's gotten better
yeah.
since he
Jesus,
died,
yeah.
but, you know.
You know, we never, like, we just disagree. Like, I feel like about worldviews and stuff, or like fundamentally. He's not like he's a really good. Like, it's weird saying that because.
Did you say how old he was?
Fundamentally, we don't actually. That was the wrong word choice. He's just very like. He's more religious than I am and stuff like that, and like.
He's Catholic Irish or
Yeah.
Irish Catholic part of it?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah, you're good.
I gotta tap
Handle
out,
it.
boys.
Handle it.
No, it's.
Welcome to the
Like
Sean
the- what
Dolan
was
and
the
Bryan
theme-
TV show.
Oh, nice.
Scoot over, scoot over.
I just heard that one to hear the theme song real quick.
You're good.
Should I go all the? Is he coming back?
Yeah, he'll come back in a minute, but you can scoot over. I mean, unless this takes. I mean, it might actually be about his grandma. We might be actually watching a live
Oh,
grandmaing. Oh Jesus, my mom is calling me right now.
Dude, this is weird.
Hold
we
on,
just
hold
fucking
on, real
put
quick,
that out
hold
in the
on.
air.
Hello. Hey, Ma, you okay? Yeah, I'm recording right now. Is everything? You good? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Completely. You're on the air. You're on the air with me right now. You're okay. No. I'll call you right back. How are you? Hold on. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Say hi to Sean Dolan. Say hi to Sean Dolan. Ma, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hi.
Hold on. Stay on the line, Mom. You're on the line. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Ma-
Bryan.
Hi, Mom. This is Sean Dolan. Say hi, Sean. She can hear you. She can hear you.
Oh,
It's all running through
okay.
the roadcaster.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, she's literally a
Brian's
guest
mom.
on the
Hi,
show.
Brian's mom.
Hey, so what's up, Mom? How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Here, do you want to hear Sean Dolan joke? Sean, pop a sick joke for her. Pop a quick joke.
My brother's currently in the Air Force, and I served for 3 years at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Whatever, Mom. That's more than she's ever laughed at any of my jokes, Doc. I'd be cracking wise with her all the time, and she's never about it. Are you good? Everything good on your end, Ma?
Yeah, everything is fine, love.
Yeah, my mom's very she's very old now. She's
I am.
she's got a limp, you know.
Oh, gee.
I
Yeah.
know.
And it broke my heart. I talked about it on an episode. It almost made me cry.
She sounds youthful.
She's got some fire in her.
Questions for you. I have
You're on the air. You're on the air. Hey, you're on the air with me and Spittlebutts. Let's hold on. Let's hear our. I got you. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
How dare you?
Hold on.
How dare you? And who do you think you are? Those are my two questions.
Hey, welcome back to 98.763. I'm DJ Snoopy Poops. And what's your DJ name? Sean Dolan?
Sean Nolan.
Hey, and DJ Sean Nolan on the air, and we're on the air with Bryan's mom. Hey, Bryan's mom, what do you got for us? Two questions. All right, let's hear it.
How dare you? Who do you think you are?
It sounds like you're in a war field. Okay. All right. What were you saying?
How dare you?
Doesn't sound like the crowd's responding really well. How dare I what?
And who do you think you are?
Yeah, there we go. That's more like it. Look at that. Listen to them. Here. Okay. One more joke. Say one more thing before we go. Say one more thing.
¿Qué quieres que te diga? Tío de tu madre?
Did you hear that? That's what I think of you. All right, well, we're going to let you go. I'll give you a call as soon as this is done, Ma. Say bye to Sean Dolan.
Bye. Wah, 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 wah.
All right.
Bye, Brian's mom.
And that was Bryan's mom checking in for our first in-call person. Wow.
I am so honored to be a part of history.
Yeah, that was crazy. Sean.
The level of depth you've achieved here, you know.
I know you go depth mostly.
Levels.
How many times do you get a chance to air horn your mom? How many chances do you get to rim
me
shot?
personally, I've never had the opportunity. So
Maybe tell her to call in. Call into the show. Maybe we'll spend a little time.
dude, I was
annoying her.
I was feeling guilty. When you were talking, I was like, dude, I have an unresponded text from her.
Well, that's the reason why she called, is because I haven't texted her back. So she was like, in my later years, I started, like, when I was younger, I used to not talk to my mom at all. I mean, I spent probably like 5 or 6 years after I turned 18 not communicating with her, like letting her know where I was or anything. And so, like, once you get to a certain age, like, it's kind of like, well, like, she's not the world's, the world had to have had worse moms, right? Like,
That's, yeah, I mean, honestly, my parents were good. I don't want to make it seem like, but, they, like, I wasn't very close with either of them.
yeah.
And then recently I was like, maybe I should be more.
What
should be
drove that?
closer. I
What
don't-
made you think that? For me, it was going to AA and stuff, and that's when I was like, oh, well. I was like, maybe I still need to reach out.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was for different. I don't know what sparked it really, but that is like, I feel like that's a catalyst right there. Yours, I just want to say.
Yeah, that's like a direct point.
you can like.
I can pinpoint that. Yeah,
Like,
I can
that makes
pinpoint that
sense.
moment. Yeah.
Mine was more just, I don't know. It was like a growing feeling of like, dude. For my mom, it was like stuff that happened. I don't know, in the past. I'm like, dude, you gotta
Yeah,
move
you just
past
gotta
it.
move.
And then for my dad, it was more like, you know what? He's very like set in his ways. He's gonna believe what he believes. I'm like, and that's fine too. And he's gonna try and like tell me to change a little bit, but it's not like he forces it or anything. He just keeps repeating it a lot, and so I would always get annoyed and like just didn't want to talk to him at all. But now I'm just like, you know what? Let's just
be father and son. Like,
yeah. Like, I don't want to like be all whiny about it. I'll just take it. I'll say my point, and we're still gonna have some like
of course,
but
that's just being human.
I'm like,
Did you have to go to like a Catholic prep school or something growing up? Like, did you go to some type of like seminary or something?
not like, I mean, I went to regular public schools, but I did do the, what do they call it?
So we can hear.
Like for oh, sorry.
You're good.
I did go to the thing for first communion. I forget what it's called, but like, you just do it
not like a
after school.
baptism, but like, oh no, you're talking like Sunday school, right?
No, it was in the middle of the week, or maybe that's the equivalent, but like I went once or twice a week, to get my first communion. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you like I don't
No,
know.
see,
Yeah.
I was kind of the opposite way. You know, my mom was raised religious, but she didn't she had no religious inclinations at all.
Yeah.
And, you know, I have my own religious belief, you know, which, you know, not that
What
it
is
contradicts.
it? What is it?
So one of the things in AA that really struck out to me was they were like, it doesn't matter what God you believe in, you just have to have a God of your own understanding. So like it's a God, it's, you know, not everybody's God's the same. It's all like whatever, white haired and bald and abs and fatties and whatever. Like, but at the end of the day, if you have your own God and its own paraphrase, whether that's your own reason to live, whether that's your children, whether that's just like a need to be good or whatever, like that's your own God. And so my God's just like, you know, being the best.
Dude, that's actually really okay. Because honestly, I've heard the critique of AA that like it's
Me too.
sometimes too religious, but
But it
okay,
literally,
that, no, but
it
that makes
literally
sense,
says
yeah,
in the
like
book,
that.
it says a God of your own choosing, a God of your own understanding. Like it's there's a liberty in, because like a lot of people, like your dad and my mom, you know, they get, you know, they've
Where
been
does that stem
inundated
from,
their
then?
whole life.
Just from outside people not knowing about it, or like
I think people just hear God and don't make it all the way through. You know, they go into AA and stuff and they hear people talk at the meetings, and all the meetings are like, you know, you walk into your first meeting, you've never read a book or anything, you don't know anything about the work, and you go in and people are going, you know, thanks be to God, you know, and thank God, you know, because if it wasn't without God's power, like I would never be able. So that automatically makes people go, oh man, like that's not what I want to be in. If I wanted to go do that, to be at church. But they don't make it to the point in the book where it says a God of your own choosing, a God of your own understanding, not a God that's been indoctrinated into you, you know, since you were a child. Like it is your own.
like it could be something as like human compassion. Or
It does,
something.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
it literally could
like-
be whatever it is, your highest point, your highest belief, you know, whatever it is, it has its own kind of like power. And so that power is the power that protects you. It is the God that is constantly checking in on you and doing that. And so like if human compassion is really what drives you as a person, if that's what you really found when you were in AA, it's like that, then that is your God, a God of human compassion, a God who is like, yeah, it is crazy, man. Like, you know, and it bums me out a little bit because I don't know if my life would have turned out the same way theoretically if, let's say, my mom was overly religious, or if she did have, you know, because my mom doesn't even believe like in God. You know, I grew up a lot in my life, you know, from like the age of 14 till basically now, my mom being like, there is no God, there's no higher power. It's just now, it's just yourself, like, you know. And so
Interesting.
it is crazy. It is kind of a crazy way to think, but that's what she had to do to make it through her life. You know, she.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because like I guess I would consider myself like is the word people use like agnostic or
What
something
does that-
like.
what does
I
that
see. I
one
don't know.
mean?
Like for me, I'm like I think there might be something. I'm like, how does this world exist? Like maybe there's something out there. For me, it's like I'll never like fully understand it, but I just feel I don't know. Maybe
There
a
is
presence
something.
Yeah.
So
But I'm not
you know that there's at least some type of there's an undescribed. It's God. You know, people hear the word God and it's like, oh well, let's not. So what I'm talking about is like omnipotence.
Yeah.
Like a man can't even fathom having the power to do everything. That's something that our brains can't even humanly compute. Like.
See, honestly, I wouldn't. It's funny. It's like I could go either way if there's a God or not.
Oh,
like,
so you could easily.
Dude,
so just like your voice, you're on either side of it. You could literally, God could show up one day and you could be like, I knew it, and then the next day you'd be, or he wouldn't, and you'd be like, told you.
Yeah. Like if we've somehow got undeniable proof for like a higher power, I'd be like, oh shit, dude. Okay, I thought that might be the case.
Yeah.
But then if I just die and nothing happens, I wouldn't have a reaction. But if I did, it would be, I guess there isn't a God.
Okay.
What if
Like,
you spent your whole time thinking there wasn't a God, and then you went up there, and then God was like, "What's up?"
No, I'd say I never said I didn't believe. Like I always said I'm on the fence. Like
Playing
I'm an undecided
both sides
voter.
of the field.
Yeah.
I'm an undecided voter. I just
That's cool though, man. I didn't know. I like talking with old Sean Dolan because we learn something new about Dolan every time he comes onto the show.
And his belief in an afterlife, or maybe not.
Or maybe not the afterlife.
or maybe not so much.
Never have I talked to a man so on the fence about the life. Coming up next, Sean Dolan here to talk to you about if the afterlife is there or not.
Or not. I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of on.
What do you
your
feel?
side. No, I think from the little that I heard about it, I'm kind of in the same vein. It's like, yeah, like if there's a God, cool, but like if not, it's like I won't be bummed out. I'll be dead, so I won't really have much of a choice.
I love it. Yeah, no, it's a great stance to have. It's like atheist versus the religious. Like for me, as a neutral, I think they're good. The rivalry is good for the sport. Like it's it's fun action.
What do you think about like agnostics?
See, that's where I'm like, am I? I don't. What is agnostic exactly?
It's someone who doesn't believe necessarily in a God, but they like. Religion, or maybe I'm thinking of it of the other way around, where it's like they don't believe in religion, but they believe in a God. It's one or the other.
Yeah,
it's one or the other. But what do you think about those two fields of thought, where it's like, yeah, I can get down with the religion itself, but like I don't actually think there's a God, and or fuck all religion, but there's got to be somebody up there.
If that is the definition of agnostic, and agnostics,
it's
correct us if we're wrong, like, but the belief in a God but not religion. I'm like almost that. I'm like pretty much that. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know.
Okay.
So I can respect. I can get down with that.
Okay.
Very cool. And that's why we wrote this. There's no heaven, or is there, rap?
Yo. They say there's a heaven, but I don't really know. They say there's a heaven, but I might not go. They say there's a heaven, but I don't really know. There's a heaven, but I might not go. Hey, I want to go up to heaven, but I might not make it up there.
Yeah.
I think I've been a good person.
Yeah.
But God said you think different.
Yeah.
I don't really know what's up.
Yeah.
So I just gotta live my life.
Yeah.
I don't really know what's up.
Yeah.
So I gotta live my life.
St. Peter in this bitch at the gates. Let me quick coming in. Sean Dolan with the numbers on top of it. He's balling. Mr. Baller, Mr. Carla, let me in. I'm trying to go in. I don't believe in you, but I believe in you secretly.
Yeah. Hey God, I got a question. Are you listening? Because if you are, why? Honestly, what the? You should probably go do something else. I don't have anything important to say.
I like that. That'd be a good skit. Hey God. No,
Dude,
don't worry about me.
There's bigger issues in the world.
All right, well, let me get into my rant or story. I'm a young man, a young man, and I too grew up in the era of major blockbusters. It's kind of crazy to think that we were one of the last generations to actually get the movie theater experience.
Yeah,
it's
right.
like no more do people go to the movie theaters.
Not like they used to.
They don't drop their candy on the floor anymore. They don't remember when you used to get up in the morning at noon and crack a beer, and then you'd go to fucking matinee and you just sit there and chug 40s and just watch fucking, Beyblades or something. Like, I don't know. Like,
I've never seen Beyblades, but
there's no Beyblade movie. There's no Beyblade movie.
There definitely is a Beyblade movie. What are you fucking talking
Is
about?
it not live action, right?
No.
Oh, well, see, that's all I care about.
But there's definitely a Beyblades movie. You can't just say there's no Beyblades movie.
It's true.
It was
why do you
a
only care about-
cultural phenomenon.
But why do you only care about live action? What?
Oh no, I meant that more of just like a poem, just like a joke on this guy. No, I'm very anime. Are you more of an anime oriented man?
You like
Jonathan?
anime? You like anime, Sean Dolan?
Jonathan?
I've seen like 3 animes.
Oh.
But
So
I
you
like
really
them.
are
I like them.
But which
I
three?
just-
Which three have you seen?
Dragon Ball Z,
Classic.
Okay.
Naruto,
Classic.
and then I haven't finished, but I finished like 2 seasons of Attack on Titan.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh wait,
okay.
and then no, I saw one random one too, which apparently isn't that good, but a comic got killed. I didn't finish it either, but
What?
Betterman likes
A
it.
comic got kills great.
really,
Yeah.
dude, my
Who
friend
says-
showed
who
me
says
it.
a
I
comic
was
got-
enjoying
Who
it,
says a
but
comic got kills not good?
a different friend of mine, like he just
Well,
was like,
fuck
"Oh,
that
you guys
guy.
watch that?" And
Fuck that guy.
he was like showing us like a review or something. And I was
Call
like,
him
"Dude,
out."
I don't."
Yeah, drop names. Drop names for all our Taiwanese
Ruben.
viewers. Yeah. Oh,
You're
it's
very-
Ruben?
Ruben, he's very pretentious.
Man.
No. Oh, he lives in Northern California.
I thought it's Seth Rubin, too. I won't lie to you.
Yeah.
Well,
and then-
so as a young man, right,
Oh, sorry.
in the movie theater experience, I remember when the remake of Tron came out.
Hang on. You don't have to apologize to him. Fuck this guy.
Don't ever apologize to me, dude.
Fuck this
The
guy.
whole point of
Shit,
this,
I
that, and the
stand by
other
it.
is for
He said I
everybody to
stand
yell,
by
like,
it.
yell at each other as if you were having Thanksgiving dinner. So we're
the
just
most
yelling.
dysfunctional family.
Yeah, we're just yelling at each other regularly.
All right, so remake of Tron, right?
Remake of
I remember.
Tron.
I remember that
Remember
shit.
that?
Yeah, I remember that. I had one of those cars that could drive on the walls.
Or better yet, remember when you first heard that she was going to be a movie and you were watching House? And did you ever watch House, the TV show? Sean, Sean, all my sick references for Sean. It's
All my
great to
sick
watch.
house
I mean, I know
references
of it.
out the window.
Well, there was an actress on House, and her name was Olivia Wilde, and she
yes.
was 13. That's what they would call her on the show. They'd be like, "Hey, yo, 13," and she was this sexy little lesbian girl on the show.
She wasn't 13.
No, she was just 13. Just the way
they just called her
11.
that.
It was just the way I was like, okay, let's clear. She was
No.
She ain't no
Our
child.
stances on pedophilia are very firm on this show.
Yes.
It's kind of like heaven. No, I'm kidding. It's kind of like Sean Dolan's view of heaven.
Very definitive, but a little
But
wishy-washy.
a little depends on the medium. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. You did a song to your nana on this episode, and then you followed it up.
Hey, we go all over the place in this, that, and the other, baby.
So basically, there's this attractive young actress, that I've known for a minute, and I've seen her rise and everything, and she's recently been in the news because of her relationship with Jason Sudeikis. Old Jason Sudeikis. I like Jason Sudeikis.
Good old Jason.
He's a nice guy. He's
Played the
SNL
devil.
guy. He did a great job. He seems like a genuinely nice fella. You know what I'm saying? And even when they were getting together back in the day, 2013, people were always like, "Oh, you're so lucky. She's such a beautiful girl. Like, and you're so hilarious. And you guys are a wonderful power couple." And everything seemed perfect and fine. But recently, she's been popping up back in the news again because she has been openly sleeping with Harry Styles, the pop singer. You're a music.
That's the,
I know.
that's the rumor for sure. That's definitely
let's
the
check
rumor.
in with Sean Dolan about Harry
from
Styles rumor mill.
I don't know anything about it.
You don't know nothing
I
about
just
it?
know who he is.
And
his
that's
music.
Sean Dolan's rumor mill.
Whoa.
So anyways,
It's the worst segment of my life.
so Harry Styles and her are sleeping together.
They slam banging it out. He's fucking up her watermelon sugar, baby.
And apparently she has, Sudeikis is well aware of what's going on. So much so that recently some texts were released from his nanny in which Jason Sudeikis describes Olivia Wilde making her famous salad dressing for Harry Styles in front of Jason at her home, and then tried to leave to go and meet Harry Styles at a concert so she could give him some of her famous salad dressing. And Jason Sudeikis is panicking in these text messages, and he's texting the nanny, and he's like, she's making this special dressing sauce. She's getting it ready to take it to him. She's doing it right now here at the house, and proceeds, supposedly, to stand behind her car on the floor so that she won't leave to take her special salad dressing to another man.
Nice.
And this is a lady, you know what I'm saying? Like a lady that, you know what I mean? Like, I know that if I may be so crass, if I may be so forward with you, rubbed a couple out too, before everything, you know what I mean? Like, this was a lady that I was like, she was cute, she was hot. This is a lady that I was like, man, that'd be cool, right? But hoes be hoes, right? Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it's like, whoa, bro. So here's the kicker, right, Sean Dolan? This is why I bring this up, right? None of this mattered to me. I didn't give a damn about none of this shit. I didn't give a fuck about none of this shit. But the other day, I am bartending at this exclusive event for the album drop of a lady called Tov Mel or Tove Mal or something like that. Something very
some drag queen.
some very EDM-y, you know, and I'm there and I'm bartending, and as I walk by getting more supplies, I pass by a very big-headed woman with startling, ice-piercing blue eyes. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, what the fuck? So I walk by and I go talk to my lead and I'm like, hey, doesn't that girl look like Olivia Wilde to you? And he goes, that's because it is Olivia Wilde. God damn, gas. Crazy, right? So who's a female artist that you're really into, or like who's a female lady that you're into, like someone that you're like maybe saw when you were younger?
Who was your first
who
celebrity
was somebody
crush?
that you were like?
Let's go with that.
Yeah, maybe
God.
like
The lady from the AT&T commercials.
She's a little baddie.
She got
Lily,
some.
right?
Yeah. Okay, it'd be like if you saw Lily, like if Lily was having a horrible divorce, and she was making chicken salad for someone else, Tupac or something, and she was like, hey yo, and you're at the Jewish place working, and she walks in and she's like, hey, I need to know how to get on Medi-Cal, you know.
I can do that. Oh my God, put me in. You know. Yeah.
Well, it was like that, except without the Medi-Cal. And so, like, she came in, I was like, oh, damn. And she was very skinny. She looked like she was coked out. And she had side nip popping out. All this stuff is happening. The 16-year-old me's brain is blowing up. Side boob Olivia Wilde.
Oh, yeah.
Side boob Olivia Wilde. At one point, Olivia Wilde was dancing in the dance floor with the lights coming down, and they were hitting her in such a manner.
Yeah.
It was like video-esque. And I was like, what the fuck? Because there I am flashing back to 15-year-old me, fresh off of a House episode. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh my God, like man. And then she was there, bro. And it was like, oh, bro, that's tough shit, bro, because you broke that man's heart. You cheated on that man with children. She hasn't seen her kids in fucking days or some shit, apparently, bro. She'd just be dropping her kids off. But she was there dancing and shit. And God help me, I almost forgave the bitch for all that horrible shit she done did to Jason Sudeikis. She was just dancing there with that big ass head and her coked out body and her little side tits and her nips popping out. And I was like,
Did you ever think, though, like this is my chance? Or was it like it was just the image was tarnished?
You can tell she has a vibe. Like she has a certain je ne sais quoi for her meat factory that she like has to go for, and it's like white dudes with hair, you know.
White dudes with hair. Cool. So we're still on the mic, Sean.
Well, no, he's asking me if I thought, you know, I had a shot, and it's like, to be honest, no. It's
but
like,
just in the rush of feelings when you're thinking about the House episode, and you're like,
no,
there she is.
I think there was a part of me that, like, was like, I would fuck the shit out of you so good, and you don't even know it, bro. And like, that was probably the thought. There was that base animalistic part of me that was like, Harry Styles doesn't know what he's doing. Jason Sudeikis doesn't know what he's doing. But you trying to get gronged out, like you're trying to get slapped around a little bit, like you know what I'm saying? Like you're trying to get some honey on that biscuit. You know what I mean? Like
and then your lead's like, hey Bryan, you gotta fucking take that order.
You gotta go, and it's like, you know,
standing there,
I'm glad you
daydreaming.
asked that so I could tell you, Sean Dolan.
Yeah.
I
thought it for a hot
second.
second.
I was like, but I know me, and like, I know her perception of the world, especially the way she treats Jason Sudeikis. I'm the help. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't sleep with the help unless you have no other choice. And she's banging Harry Styles right now. She doesn't care about no help. Like, now here's the thing, right? If you caught me and it was after she was fresh off of Sudeikis and not met Harry Styles,
maybe had a shot.
oh, you better believe I would have been slinging game like there was no, like, I would have had the courage of 1,000 gods, bro. Like, I mean, I would have been in that bitch, dog. But I just,
Not with everything that's going down.
and to be honest, like, do you, like, she's not even on my celebrity bang list, so I would never even call anyone or be like, hey, by the way, bro, like, Olivia Wilde's here. Is it okay? Like, if I, you know what I mean? Like, do
Hypothetical.
all men have a celebrity bang list? Do you have a celebrity bang list that you in a relationship would be able to go to? Have you ever had that talk before? I haven't. I've only seen the Friends episode where they talk about the bang list. But have you ever done anything, or have you ever had that conversation? You were in a 5-year relationship.
Honestly,
Did that ever come up?
she would ask me, "Oh, like, who do you like? Who do you like?" But the thing is, like, I feel like I would just pull, like, I'd have to think about it. Like, I don't have something like, where I'm like, oh yeah, for sure. Oh my, like,
Yeah, like
about
you
it all
don't
the time.
have someone like a Mila Kunis type where you were like, I've been watching you
nah,
since I was a young child, and you were a young child, and now.
dude. Even when I'm singing, I don't even like. I don't have him. I don't have it in my notes up. Yeah, the bang.
I don't have my bang list on hand.
What about you, Vederman?
Yeah.
Bang list.
Yeah.
Who's on your bang
The
list?
top of my bang list is Chloe Grace Moritz.
Really?
The chick from Kick-Ass.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, yo, she
'Cause
built
we
like
were-
a fridge.
Do I know her from something else?
We're
wait.
have you never seen Kick-Ass?
No.
Sean Dolan doesn't watch movies.
So bad.
God, then I don't think you would know anything. Though I guess the most recent thing she was in was the Tom and Jerry movie they made.
Did you watch that?
I doubt it. I
you
doubt
watch
it
I haven't
did.
seen Kick-Ass, but I've seen.
Yeah,
the
that's what I was
new-
gonna say. You've never seen.
Bro, I don't know her work list that extensively to be like
don't worry about it.
and you don't watch nothing, so I doubt you've seen
I do kind of need closure on this, so maybe I'm gonna.
yeah,
figure out who she is.
Chloe
Grace Moritz.
Grace Moritz.
Yeah.
All right, that's not bad, bro. That's
Yeah,
all
bro,
right.
because we're like the same age. I've been watching her for like
I feel
the
that.
longest I've been growing up. I was
Okay.
like, dude, if I
Okay,
could meet like a hot celebrity actress,
it'd be her.
it'd be her.
That's
like,
a
I feel
good
like,
one.
I
That's
feel like
not
we could vibe. I
That's
don't
not
know.
bad.
Yeah. That's like the top of my list, I guess.
I'd probably have to say on a bang list, just a self-imposed bang list, dog. I'd probably have to say top of that list. The
Self-imposed.
first woman that comes to mind, dog. Selena Gomez, dog.
Selena
I'm in the
Gomez is
same
cute.
troop
Selena
with that
Gomez
too.
is cute.
Been watching Selena Gomez for a minute. I'm the same age
I
as her.
bang
in that area.
Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
I mean,
honestly,
there's-
I bang Miley
Here-
Cyrus.
Here's the thing. I feel like I'd be surprised if someone said a name where I wasn't like, I don't.
Yeah, they're very.
Does anyone have a controversial?
Yeah, there are very few women that I would hear. Like there was like very
What's the
few
name?
women.
What's the name of the gross lady who won America's Got Talent? Susan Boyle. Do you remember Susan Boyle?
I remember Susan Boyle.
You remember Susan Boyle?
Even Susan Boyle needs love, dude. Like that's fucked up to even think of.
Give me an ashtray. real quick.
But yeah, so
Maybe something will spark between us. I don't know.
exactly. Here you go, big dog. Well, that's me. That was my rant. My monologue, so to speak. But yeah, crazy kind of experience to have, you know. And so, maybe in 10 years, me and Olivia Wilde will be married, and you know, who knows. But let's get into the meat and potatoes.
Let's
of
hope
this
we
son
get
of
the
a
stuff
bitch.
for you.
We're now nearing the end of the episode, so we've completely
After all this,
we've completely missed our goal of the episode, which was talking about
masculinity.
masculinity.
I don't know. I think within our topics of such we've covered, we talked about the afterlife.
yeah.
That's pretty manly. We
We
talked about
believe
banging
in it.
celebrities. That's pretty manly.
Yeah, but I'm you know, it's like
But
let's
the meat and
what's the
potatoes,
meat and potatoes
of being a masculine man in
what
society.
does it mean to be a masculine man in modern day society?
Well, you guys asked me what I thought it meant, and then I said, honestly, I don't think about it much. Like, you asked me if I'm masculine. Do you guys consider yourself masculine?
I know that I personally am not afraid to flow between masculine and feminine like type energy shit every now and then. I know that I would classify myself as a masculine individual. I dress very masculine most of the time. I act masculine. My voice is masculine. I don't have a lot of effeminate traits, I would say. So I would say that yes, I am a more masculine individual. I ain't no fucking ripped lumberjack ripping trees out of the ground, manly man.
What do you mean when you say
extraordinaire.
flow? When you're like, between the
Well, I mean, like,
dynamics of the two,
I know that I will personally, like, the more comfortable I am around women, the more gay my voice gets. But the more I'm around dudes, I'll drop it, and it comes down to here.
Honestly,
But if I'm with girls, it's like, oh my god, what are you guys talking about?
this
Shut the
weekend
fuck
I
up.
literally I feel like I did the same thing, basically.
Oh.
Yeah, it's.
When it
I
was
feel
weird.
like, and I feel like more women, I don't know, appreciate that now. You know, like.
It's not in like a flam. Like I'm not like
it's not like
a
you're-
mockery. Like it's like
No, it's not
just
like
a bit
you're-
like in my jokes too, kind of.
Yeah, it's almost not like you're doing it because you're effeminate or because you're gay or for some. It's almost like a subconscious way to ease women into being like, I am not a threatening man. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? When you can,
Dude, honestly, yeah.
when you can
like,
get a little
yeah.
bit more femme around a group of girls, it's like it's a way to be like, I'm not a threat to your group. I have no ill intentions for any of you. I'm not trying to
Yeah,
like
they were all like
fuck
they had
with anything
boyfriends
else.
and stuff. Like
yeah. So
that.
it's almost like it's like a subconscious way to enact in everyone's brains like there ain't no trouble here. I ain't here for no trouble. I'm just here to have a good time. Right?
So
Yeah.
your not definition, but at least the first things that come to your mind when it comes to masculinity is like appearance, voice, you know, kind of
Yeah.
mannerisms. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is masculinity to you.
I think
I mean, in the most fucking shallow,
Yeah.
surface level type way. On a, I see them and at a gut instinct, are they more masculine? Are they more feminine? It's like, yeah, what do they look like? How do they sound? How do they carry themselves in general? And then, you know, the more you meet somebody, it's like, you know, you can meet the most fey dude ever who's like, I go axe throwing every weekend. It's like,
Yeah.
really? You Mr. Oh my God, Purses and Pradas, but I will chuck that axe into a wall. You know, like, humans can do masculine and feminine things. I just feel like after the past century, America's gotten very out of whack on like trying to define that you have to be one or the other. And now it's kind of like people are allowing themselves to flow through masculine and feminine and just exist. So it's, you know, the
I think it's
masculine man of the
interesting,
50s exists no longer.
yeah.
What do
I
you
can say no. I wanted to say earlier when you said specifically about how you do that, you show those more like feminine traits in groups of girls, like because you don't want to be perceived as like a threat.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that would be like equated to showing more masculine of a presence.
Well, you know,
Does that make sense?
masculine energy, I would say, is always connected to more aggressive things, you know, and
Yeah.
femininity is more soft and gentle. Just in general, that's just what it feels like to me, you know. Masculine is very strong, very aggressive, very demanding, very commanding, but feminine energy is, you know, it's there to care and to listen, almost in a way.
That's fair. I mean, and it's not necessarily like, because I like the word commanding too. It's not like necessarily like, I think it's good to have like a balance too of them as
Yeah.
well. Like,
I mean, there's a time and a place for everything in this world, you know? Like, there's a time to be a masculine commanding leader and take charge of a situation, and there's times where you have to just, you know, be like, all right, now how do we make all of that work, and how do we go about doing it right?
Would you guys say leading is a natural masculine thing? Masculine sort of trait?
I would say historically, yes, but that's only because dudes have done it for so long. But there have been many women leaders, you know. But wouldn't you say that anytime there's a woman leader, they're slightly more masculine than feminine?
well, that's what I was gonna say is like, maybe it is, but then if we're defining it that way, it's like, yeah, it's not. It could be. It's like a completely independent thought from, like, gender or like sex. Like,
Yeah, like the way
so women
somebody
can.
the way somebody leads a country or a group of people is very dependent on the person itself, you know? Because, like, the Queen of England would run England very different than, like, the Queen of Africa. Or Nigeria, to say a more specific African country, right? Like, the leadership and,
Yeah.
like, or Joan of Arc, you know? Like, she was a heavy masculine lady, right? In the thought of history, because she had to command she was like, yo, God told me all you French
I don't know,
dudes.
right? Didn't they say she was such a small and tiny woman on the field that it filled them with courage to see her charge towards bigger obstacles? Like, that
Yeah,
was
but
the
just
big
because
thing.
but just because she's a small, woman doesn't mean she can't have masculine qualities and have the fierceness of a man, which would
Here's
be
the only reason I'm
associated
saying
to like
that,
a
right?
masculine
Is because
quality.
if she were masculine, I feel like they would mention it in writings. They would say that. Well, the only reason I bring that up is like if we were theoretically trying to define, okay, well, what is?
Never finished yours too.
Yeah,
Like,
you.
we
I
didn't
don't
get
think we
yours
ever
'cause
got
now
your definition.
I don't know
probably,
your.
I'd
we
probably
haven't talked-
I probably agree with Vederman as far as like what masculinity, is man for me, and man as a whole is like just us, as masculinity, just kind of, it doesn't necessarily mean bigger or anything, but it just means kind of just like there's a tone and there's a quality of like a person where you look at them and you go, okay, well, you are presenting as masculine, and you are a masculine
I mean,
person,
shit. You can look at Napoleon, who was was short. Like, people like to say he's a lot shorter than he was, but that would still be a masculine man.
Yeah, he carried himself
You know,
masculine.
carried himself very high and was like, I am the motherfucker. So Joan of Arc,
Wait, do you consider yourself masculine though?
I would, yeah. I'd say right off the bat that I don't. There's very little wiggle room on my end as far as like how I perceive myself. I'm very masculine, and I'm okay with those traits. And to me, being masculine means usually being helpful and looking out for smaller people and weaker people, and like keeping an eye on danger and knowing where the exits are, and rallying the troops or speaking to someone with confidence and putting your arm over someone and being like, hey, that's kind of what I have combined. Those things are the same thing as just being a good person and like doing all. But to me, those things are kind of synonymous.
Well, for you, it's like being a good man is being.
That is for me like the ultimate, because of the way
form of
I view
masculinity.
my own father figures. Like it is very much in me to be like. To be masculine is anyone can be masculine. I'm with that very much so. But I think it's really there's a certain energy that gets. Is Dolan hitting this?
It's going around this way. It came from him to me to you.
But it does. I believe a lot of anybody can present as masculine or be masculine, and that those are the traits you hit. You don't wear dresses. You don't. I mean, I wouldn't go so far as to say putting flowers on your shoes. I don't think that defines a man anymore. I'm very much with Vederman in that regard.
Yeah,
like,
I would say
Tyler the Creator likes to paint his nails. Like, I'm not a big I'm never like, oh, cool, you painted your nails. Like, to me, again, that is something that is very feminist.
Also,
feminist, but
androgyny is
I'm
very
broken, so.
is very hot right now. Like dressing more.
Yell over him, Dolan. You got to push through.
Yeah.
We all got to push over each other.
But I mean, I think that girl was quick to come up to you and be like, I love it, because it is such a hit this shit, dog. It is. It's such a, I don't want to say a hot thing right now, because androgyny has been around for whatever. Like people
Been androgynous forever.
Yeah, so it's not like a new thing, but what it is after, the past 30, 40 years of repressing it from American culture, I feel like everybody's kind of overcorrecting, or the youth are overcorrecting in the opposite direction to
And like certain things that used to be masculine aren't masculine anymore. Just wearing boots, that used to be masculine. That used to be a man thing. And now everyone's wearing
I would
boots.
say it's still it's more masculine to wear boots, but it also depends on the boot.
Yeah, and those aspects are like,
Because you can have a
what
feminine
you listed
boot.
initially were like innate thought processes. I can't talk. Like you were saying, like things like holding the door open, or like looking for exits and stuff like that, and like just like being like in control, like, and kind of like helping aid
that's
the
a good,
group and stuff.
It is unfortunate.
Maybe control. No, sorry, that wasn't.
No, that's a good part
No,
of it.
it's-
It's like a lot of it comes
I like
from
that.
the need to be in control.
Yeah. I feel like.
But I guess I was gonna
more
say
masculine
those type of
energy.
things are more like, I feel like fixed, and then things like painted nails, because who knows, like that's more like
A societal
society
thing?
and culture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that could be like, if things were different 500 years ago, maybe it would have been the opposite. But I feel like that's why, like, I like your list at the beginning. I was like, no, those are like things that it's more mental and like.
I mean, that is I think you're tapping into something that's really core, is that the femininity and masculinity are always defined by the society that currently exists, you know? Like, because if you think back to like the French, like right before they cut everybody's heads off, a lot of the upper crust were wearing a lot of like frilly femme type shit, painting their faces, doing shit that we would call really femme today. You know?
Made this simple.
So, but for them, it was
With
a sign
real
of
lemon
masculinity, you know? And it's all just the constant flux and change of the human condition. To
I
be
mean, I
like,
also
what
grew
do
up
we
in a
think?
redneck town.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up in everything being very straightforward. You know, boys wear camo
Well,
and girls
that's-
were you know, cowgirl boots.
That's what I think is moving on its way out. You know what I mean? It's.
I'm a dying breed.
I wouldn't say you're
Well-
you're the last of a way of thinking.
I'm the last movie theater guy. I'm
You're the
by
last-
myself
No,
in
but
the
it's
row
like-
watching the film slowly tick down.
The last Mohican.
I'm down to the last fucking cookie bite.
What's a dying breed isn't how they're dressed or anything. It's what's the dying breed is that that's just the way it is, and like it's like framed as, you know, boys will wear the camo and all that or whatever. But there will still be people like you'll just do it because that's what you like choose to do. You know, you identify with it. You'll be
You're
like,
saying
no,
that
I
at
like,
the core of it,
I
even
just
if I
like,
didn't.
Yeah, you'd still do it. You know,
Interesting.
right? I mean, that's what it sounds like. That's part of your identity.
Yeah, but that's also part of the upbringing. You know what I mean? So if the environment he was brought up in had been different, we would probably have a different Bryan. You know what I'm saying? Because
Well, Dolan's arguing that those things would be inherent in me regardless.
I think
No,
both
and
play
I
a part.
I
think both.
disagree.
I think there's people that will end up doing that regardless,
well, there.
but it'll.
I kind of
I
dig
mean,
what Dolan's saying a little bit. That like
But-
inherently, no matter what would happen, it's like you would still retain some bit of you.
Because I think me and my brother came from very similar upbringings. I feel like he's more like, I feel like he displays like that's how he thinks too when he like enters a room and stuff like that. And I honestly sometimes tend to not to like, depending on, I don't know, my mental state, the situation or whatever. And then, so I think that, but obviously like where we both grew up though plays a part in how we developed it. But I just think it's interesting that you can have two people with similar upbringings and like get different responses.
100%.
So
Yeah,
It is interesting.
but then, you know, he is older, so that maybe that played a part.
It could be. I
It's
mean, there's a
like-
lot in
I
it.
mean, there's so many
Sold his brother.
fucking factors in the human condition and a single
It is
human's
interesting
life.
though, where it kind of
that
boils down
can-
to where Dolan's like, I think people would retain some form of whatever they are, regardless of what they go through.
in my mind, that comes down to
that comes down to the
that
heaven and
comes-
hell thing again, where it's
Yeah,
like,
it comes down to a
we
fate-
just
fate or
did
free will,
Yeah,
you
we
know?
just did a full fucking circle. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
Because at that point, either you
will always
you are
be
what you
good.
were always supposed to be, or
You
it's
can
every single
potentially
thing that's
choose.
happened to you in
Yeah.
your life has affected you up until that moment, and then everything after will continue to change you.
I'd like to think
hopefully.
I will always be the gentleman who protects people
I think
and tries to do the right thing. I think my own God of my own understanding.
The God of my own
dictates that,
universe dictates that
yeah.
I must be a good man.
I think so, man.
And
That's the
that's-
only way I could operate in the world.
Hey,
Like,
I think
There
there's
ain't
a
nothing wrong
spectrum
with that.
of it.
That's really
Like,
damn good.
I think depending on if I had a much easier upbringing to much harder, or wherever the circumstances are, I think me as a person though, I would never have like fallen like too far out of what I would have been at my core. But I think there would be a lot of fluctuation.
obviously, there's like another
like
dimension.
me
where we're
growing
all
up
bad
with a
people, like-
multi-million, like if my parents were worth millions and millions of dollars, that'd be much. I'd be a different person than if I grew up with like not knowing my parents. You know, like
I think
Yeah, what do you think?
Everything that happens to us affects us, and anything you change from that will change the being.
At its core?
It has to. There has if you're gonna think about it like time travel, you know.
Free will. I'm not just.
If you're
I'm
if you
listening
go
to both
if you
sides.
go back in the timeline and you were to change that one event, how drastically different
yeah, but
would
think about
everything
1,000
branch off,
time
you know?
traveling movies where something like that happens, and then that person
that's
in the future in his core is like, I remember, like,
yeah, that's
you
just
were
lazy writing.
you're
And
a good person.
that's just for wholesome, feel-good family shit. I'm talking about real fucking consequences. You know what I mean? Where this isn't no happy, wholesome, feel-good movie where at the end everybody comes full circle back to where they belong.
Major character decisions.
Because think about it, like, all right, like, God forbid, God forbids the main father figure of your life when you were young, when it was most formative, even if that was your father or a different man, was gone, and you no longer had them when you were like 4 years old, and then everything that they would have taught you after that point, all that information, gone.
I mean, that's what I had. I mean, I didn't have a dad from 3 until I was like 14.
But if you had a dad from 3 to 14, how different would you be? What different
would you have been? I don't know. You're right, but
Because-
what I'm saying,
because here's
what
the
I'm
thing,
saying is
I
at my
think you're-
core,
I
I
think
don't
you're
think I would have been.
I think you're a stronger
Of course,
because you didn't have
Of course,
that
but
direct
also it's
blah,
like
blah, blah.
you could theoretically still be that in that scenario and just have a dad.
See, and here's the thing. You know what?
hypothetically, yes. I mean,
I never
you know,
said this earlier too. Way back. You were like asking me about my relationship with my dad, and I was like, I think he's a really good guy. And I was saying when I disagree with him, like fundamentally on things, like I'm like, but he's still like a really good guy, like and all that. Like, it's interesting that I disagree with him so much, and fuck, dude, let's make sure it's not that fucking joint.
No, you're good. You're
It's
good.
interesting I disagree with him so much, and it's like, dude, I'm sorry. What were we just mentioning right before?
I mean,
I hate.
It's okay. It's all right.
It's like
At the end of the day, guys.
No, wait. What were we talking about though?
Vederman said,
we were arguing about, whether, you had a father from a certain age onward, or a father figure would change your life drastically.
And I was
whether
saying
having
if,
one or
you
not.
could theoretically have.
Because technically we both had a dad, a biological dad who was
I
there.
respected him and I
You
respected
did
his
not.
teachings. He always gives life teachings. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, so he tells a bunch of life teachings and stuff. But even with that, even though I respected him and all that, and I think he's a really good guy, I still disagree with him fundamentally. So there's something at my core, despite my development, that was like, I lean more towards this way.
So if your father hadn't given you all of that knowledge, do you think
could you theoretically
you
have
would have
gone
come to
towards
those
the faith?
conclusions on your own, or
That's
you
an
have
interesting
just-
question. What the fuck?
That's
Would you have
Vederman's
not
side of
known?
the coin. He's saying that we'll never know, obviously. Like,
No, you're
because
saying-
we can really never truly
Vederman's
know.
saying
These are all
there is no
grand
full core.
hypotheticals.
He's saying at any point that core can change depending on the situation.
Yeah, I'm saying.
So you could be a good person, but theoretically, if your parents
So
were
there's
gone,
you're saying there's certain conditions that could have caused me.
Did you see Inside Out?
all right, hold on.
No.
We gotta close it up. We gotta wrap it up.
Well,
We're almost
here,
out.
then let me
Holy
say this one thing real quick, and then we'll wrap it
Okay,
up. All right?
all right.
In the movie Inside Out, right? The main character has what they call core memory islands, right? And as she's growing up, those core memories change into different core memories that become essentially the character, the girl, right? And so in my head, I think about like if you look at everybody in the same kind of way, and everybody has those core like 10 to 15 things that make you who you are, those defining things that happened in your moment that make you who you are right now. You remove any of them, one of them, how different does that person become after that loss of that experience?
I don't know. Again, the other side of coins.
If you go back in time and you get rid of the day when you lost your virginity and then you never lost your virginity, would you still be a virgin? Would you be Steve Carell, the 40-year-old virgin today?
No, who knows, right? You're talking.
Would you lose it another 3 years later? What would happen?
At the end of the day,
change it that drastically?
It's either like you said. I like how you rounded it out. It's like it's either fate or not fate. It's either
free will
or fate.
We either have control of our lives, every single thing that happens in it,
and that you're always born and always come back and always repeat as a good person who opens doors, or you always come back, always repeat.
No, but you can still have free will and have some like attributes.
Well, most of us live I live my life a little bit like that.
Here's the thing. If there is a predetermined fate, any slight free will that you have doesn't matter in the end.
Well, if
so then you really don't have
fate
any
is
free
so
will.
extended, where the predetermined fate is like, okay, well, here is what's gonna happen. How he gets there is his own choice.
But it's all for it doesn't matter then, anyways. None of your choices mattered because they all led to the
all
same
the
path.
Experiences changed
But
differently.
it doesn't matter because you're
even though
coming
you
to the
end up
same
at the
conclusion.
end, it doesn't matter.
No. The
okay,
thought
we
is,
cannot start this conversation an hour and 15 minutes into the episode. We should have started this 30 minutes ago.
How would we know? You know it gets good when we bring out the joints.
I know.
How was I supposed to know?
Okay, all right. We'll pen it in for next episode.
Well, shit. Why don't we
Dolan,
keep going? We'll break them into a 2-part special.
What? I mean, we could, I guess. I don't know.
Nah. Let's wrap this bitch up. You guys
All right. Well, at the end of the
phenomenal.
day, masculinity.
Is either free will or fate. It's either free will or fate, baby.
Wow, we really broke it down to being that simple. Masculinity, free will, or fate. You either are or you aren't.
Yeah, baby.
Much like heaven. Sean Dolan, where can they find you, dog?
Check me out all platforms at Shawnee My Soul.
Nice.
And then we'll see. All right, I'll tell you otherwise if something comes up.
Yeah. Oh, and if Sean's brother and his wife are watching,
Hi. They are not married, actually. If I said that.
well, soon you will be.
Yeah,
There's a little bun in the oven.
Oh shit! Yeah, I shouldn't say that so definitively, guys.
Good news. Zach Vederman.
As always, you can follow me at Comedy Hazard on Instagram and other socials as such. Find us at the Gauntlet Comedy on Instagram and other places, YouTube, etc. And binge on this, right?
BingeOnThis.com, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
That is our number one place where we're going to be at. We post videos there, posters. You can find all of our people's information. You can find the rest of the podcast, such as Happy News with Perry Kurtz. Also, can you guys hit Perry Kurtz up? I know nobody watches this, but I think maybe we should all hit Perry Kurtz up.
Hit up
and
the old man and wish him.
He's feeling out of it, and tell him that you love him,
Wish him
because
well.
everybody deserves a little bit of love, no matter
Amen.
what. And so
Amen.
But yeah, you can find me at the real REEL_Bryan TV. Binge on this channel. Binge on this on YouTube. Sean Dolan, everybody, let's hear it for him for being in the studio with us today.
Yes.
Our show is slowly turning into Grandma's kitchen. Everybody comes in and out, the neighbor kids, your uncle that you haven't seen in years.
Your tia, your abuela.
Your
everybody's
tia,
here.
your abuela. Everybody who wants to come
Everybody's
in,
here.
they can come on by. They can get a little bit of spiritual soup, so to speak.
We gotta figure out what aunt and uncle in Vietnamese is.
Yeah, we'll figure it out to our Taiwanese friends. But with that, guys, before we go,
Before we leave,
we'd like to do a little rap we wrote.
one final closing rap.
That's right. And
This is it.
this is it. And
What's it
remember,
about?
ladies and gentlemen,
What's
to
it
love
about?
each other, stay safe, and dream the dream of 1,000 dreams.
Be happy and love each other, y'all.
Yo, go. Sean Dolan. Coming up to the mic, Sean Dolan.
It's me, Sean Dolan. Yeah, that's me.
Sean Dolan.
Sean Dolan.
Sean Dolan.
My initials are STD.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Sean Thomas Dolan. I got an infectious personality. But not like anything else. I don't actually have STDs.
Nice. He doesn't have
STDs.
He doesn't have
He doesn't have
STDs.
STDs.
He's clean, ladies. Suck his dick. He's clean, ladies. No STDs.
It's a classic misdirection.
I love it. Yeah.
'Cause, like,
close
yeah, my
out
initials
rap.
are STD.
Sean Dolan close out rap. Yeah. I'll go first. I knew Sean Dolan when he was just a jit, not legit. Now he can't quit throwing out rocks to all the bitch. I'm not gonna finish that shit, cause I don't respect them hoes, cause I'm always closed up with shorts and masculine shoes. And I'm a man who wears t-shirts too. But Zach Vederman's got another thing that he wants to bring. Talking about femininity.
Oh, that good old femininity. Oh, you know,
Sean Dolan
with
on
the
the mic.
flowers on your toes. Oh, you know how to get it with the pros. You're gonna have to hit them with your flows.
Go.
And all I gotta do is say that it goes right up the nose. Oh.
Go.
There ain't nobody but like
Earlier today, I had some
Man.
French toast. Yeah, man. I loved it the most. Then I went and started editing a video. And
Go.
it got me thinking about
Go.
what rhymes with video. My
Masculinity. Femininity.
God. Yeah, and then I
a fitty though.
did some.
One and two of the
Dishes.
same coin.
Yeah, that was one of my wishes.
Go.
And that was not a wish.
Would you like